The Mahdi has a problem with the scholars because the scholars are issuing fatwas against him, and he has a harder time, the narration state, than Rasulullah did, because it says that when the Prophet was sent forward, people were worshipping sticks and stones, but when the Mahdi is sent forward, everybody is interpreting the Quran, everybody is a scholar now, and they're all telling him, shut up, you're a Dajjal, this is what it means, the Mahdi doesn't know that he's a Mahdi, and so he faces that problem, that objection from the Muslim people.
Bosniak, a historian and writer, approaches us. His book Unbreakable tells the raw truth of survival during the Bosnian War, which claimed over 11,000 lives in this city alone. The book is not only your story, but also stories about 17 other people.
Yes.
So what was your story?
My story, I was 4 years old in 1992. Grenades killed my neighbor and almost killed me. I was very fortunate to be today with you. All of us here have some pathological, trust me, problems, but they suffer in silence because it's taboo subject. They don't visit psychologists.
What happened in Bosnia War?
It was.
Why did it break out? What was the issue?
When Tito passed away, since then you had 1981 some demonstrations on Kosovo. Still today, Kosovo is like a very common subject. After that, you had several movements, like in 1986, SANU, Serbian Academic Sciences in Belgrade. In 1990, you had first democratic elections and won only populist parties from Slovenia to Macedonia. They prepared field for bloody war.
I understand.
Strongest side at that moment was Serbia. Like Serbia, Serbian nation, half of population of Yugoslavia, Serbs. They wanted kept alive Yugoslavia, and that was the main problem actually, because you had Serbia in Slovenia, in Croatia, in Bosnia, in Montenegro, everywhere.
Who wanted to break away?
Who want to take part of Bosnia and to, become part of Serbia. In 1991 in Slovenia started on border, then in Croatia in 1991, and in 1992 started here in Bosnia and Herzegovina, bloodiest war.
The bloodiest war.
98,000 victims officially, unofficially even more, much more.
What's your wish for Bosnia and Herzegovina for the future?
Of course, if you ask me, I'm for union with other normal countries in Europe. I would love one day to Russia, Turkey, and so many other countries enter into European Union, to we all become brothers and sisters, and to stop every war.
At the moment, we have so many wars ongoing.
History is repeating, and we never learn. This is the message of peace, but behind warning message about the reality of any war. This is not Hollywood representation of the war, where Rambo killed 100 Russians in one day. This is completely different.
Izgubi ljudsku kontrolu.
One of the atomic reactors at the Chernobyl atomic power plant near the city of Kiev was damaged.
As the cloud of radiation grows, so too does anxiety throughout Europe. Radiation levels in at least half a dozen countries are 3 to 20 times above normal.
Ali vrlo brzo smo mi to zaboravili. Zato i jesmo napravili tu zajebanciju sa Krškom, elektranom koja se nalazi u Sloveniji, između Slovenije i Hrvatske, koja je bila jedina nuklearna elektrana u Jugoslaviji.
Da nisi vidio curu, čeka, ima pola sata kasnije. Žuta maskana, ima čize, ovako krastu ima ovdje veliku.
Prag tolerancije ljudskog roda se uvijek spušta, pa onda jedan od tih junaka kaže ovo nije radioaktivno, ovo je samo malo radioaktivno.
Yes, many quickly forgot about the dangers of nuclear power, despite Chernobyl's lasting legacy.
This entire region has seen a surge in cancer cases and birth defects, especially among the children of Chernobyl and their children.
Some Chernobyl residents tried to protect themselves in different ways.
Vodka is very good protection.
But for many, vodka didn't help. Thousands died from cancer-related illnesses caused by Chernobyl's radiation. We've all heard of Chernobyl because that disaster was propagated by Western media as proof of Soviet incompetence. But if what happened at Chernobyl was ineptitude, there certainly was no excuse for what the US did on purpose. This isn't Hiroshima or Nagasaki. The US started this a year after World War II ended. Not on enemy grounds, but on US-controlled soil.
Have you ever dreamed of living an idyllic existence under the waving coconut palms of a remote South Sea island? Of course you have. There are only 167 human beings here, 60 of them children. They are a gentle and lovable people.
In 1946, these gentle and lovable people who live on the Bikini Atoll of the Marshall Islands were politely told by the US Army that the US is going to turn their paradise into hell.
The Marshall Islands is where the nuclear age began, where something like the equivalent of one Hiroshima every day was exploded in the Marshall Islands for 12 years.
This was not just a nuclear experiment, it was a human experiment.
The United States needed some guinea pigs to study what the effects of radiation would do.
To the AEC Argonne Labs in Chicago last week came 7 men, natives of the Marshall Islands. John is mayor of Rongala, which is 100 miles from Bikini. He and the rest were irradiated by our March 1954 hydrogen bomb test. John, as we said, is a savage, but a happy, amenable savage.
This happy and amenable savage, as he was referred to, lost his son to leukemia. Many other children also died of leukemia, and other residents developed thyroid tumors due to exposure to radiation. They begged for international help. The world reacted by celebrating their demise with a new style of swimsuits named bikini.
Long history of bad choices, bad wars, and basically military-industrial-led bad choices.
Ameriki naj bi se zdela Jugoslavija zaradi svoje edinstvenosti čudovita, kot politični unikum. Zato naj bi bili Američani kot država, se pravi v smislu njihove vodilne politike, katerekoli, republikanske ali demokratske, nekaj, kar bi veljalo ohraniti. In naj bi si zelo prizadevali, da bi Jugoslavija kot taka tudi obstala. Znotraj Evrope, predvsem Francija, Nemčija, naj bi bili pa od nekdaj izrazito nenaklonjeni Jugoslaviji, prvi zaradi te njene posebnosti, za katero mnogi politični zgodovinarji ocenjujejo, da je ni bilo pred tem in da se nikdar več ne bo zgodila. In naj bi si zelo prizadevali, tudi zaradi njene naraščajoče moči, da Jugoslavije ne bi bilo več.
Ostaće zabilježeno u povijesti kao jedan od najvećih apsurda Haškog tribunala, da je jedini Hrvat koji je osuđen i robijao u Hagu pravomoćno novinar Domagoj Margetić zbog pisanja, a ni jedan general zbog ratnih zločina.
Serbia in other ways as well.
Zato što su bombardovali fabrike, bombardovali su elektropostrojenja gde imate jako puno polihlorobifenila, to su jedinjenja koje su izuzetno toksična, kancerogena. Recimo 1 litar polihlorobifenila može da vam zagadi 1 milijardu litara vode. Onda to je bio piralen, to su bili teški metali svih vrsta.
All this chemistry sounds pretty scary. Pyrrolin is a toxic and cancerous substance used as a cooling fluid in high-voltage electrical transformers, several of which were on NATO's hit list in Serbia. When NATO bombed one of these transformers in the southern city of Niš, 70 tons of this toxic fluid was released. Most of it burned off, while about 7 tons went into the ground, thus penetrating our food and water cycle. And then this happened. And this.
We sent our pilots into the air to destroy the oil refinery systems of Serbia, and they did so successfully.
Kako možete bombardovati rafineriju nafte u Novom Sadu, koji se nalazi stotinama kilometara daleko od Kosova, koji je u neposrednoj blizini glavnog izvorišta jednog velikog grada, trećeg grada po veličini u Srbiji, sa zaštitom Albanaca od strašnih Srba, naravno nikako.
After all, NATO destroyed only 13 Yugoslav army tanks during the entire 78-day bombing campaign. So what was their prime target?
60% ciljeva su upravo bili civilni objekti, da i nije bilo vojske. Oštetili su ekološki sistem gde god su gađali postrojenja koja su bila na mapama hazarda. Svaka zemlja ih ima i svaka zemlja ih dostavlja javnosti. Zašto? Zato što je potrebno da u slučaju upravo takvih nekakvih katastrofa se zna koja postrojenja treba zaštititi i koja postrojenja ne treba dirati. Oni su namerno to bombardovali, što znači da su hteli da vide šta će se dešavati sa stanovništvom u okolini. Bukvalno su od nas napravili eksperimentalno područje, jednu veliku eksperimentalnu laboratoriju. I u tome se ogleda sva genocidnost NATO-a i njihove agresije 1999. godine.
NATO's military campaign was named Operation Noble Anvil, but was mistranslated to Operation Merciful Angel in Serbian. A dark, twisted angel at that. One that killed both Serbs and Albanians, who it was allegedly trying to protect.
Imam Mahdi alayhi salam had revealed the incarnations of some of the particular people that are on our planet at this day and age. Vladimir Putin is the return of Julius Caesar. You can even see a physical resemblance between the two. We also have Donald Trump, who is the return of Nero. And just as Nero destroyed Rome, Donald Trump is destroying America, which is modern day Rome all over again.
My message is that things have to change, and they have to change right now. It is time to show the whole world that America is back.